First of all, please check the accessories according to the list, including seawater pump, seawater exchanger, cooling circulation pump, water lock, controller, etc. Each accessory is very important, so check it carefully. Next, connect the components. In order to keep the fitting tubes new, we use the old tubes to demonstrate. Now let's install the cooling circulation pump. When installing the pump, we must pay attention that it has the action requirements, and the water inlet and outlet cannot be mistaken. Use a hose to connect the water inlet of the cooling circulating pump to the lower end interface of the coolant pot. After the debugging is successful, we can adjust the installation position of the water pump to protect the water pump. Use a hose to connect the outlet of the cooling circulation pump to one end of the seawater exchanger. There are two interfaces on the seawater exchanger side. The upper one is the outlet of the coolant, and the lower one is the seawater. It cannot be mistaken. This upper coolant outlet port is connected to the cooling water in port of the generator. Fitted like this. Use a new hose to connect the cooling water out port of the generator to the upper of the coolant pot. This is a non-return valve. Seawater can only enter, preventing seawater from flowing out of the inlet when the machine is shut down. It can also prevent impurities in seawater from entering the cooling system. Install this valve on one end of the hose and put it in seawater. Here we use this simulated seawater for demonstration. Connect the other end of the hose to the inlet end of the seawater pump. It is locked with a pipe buckle, and all hoses should be locked with a pipe buckle when connecting. The interface above is the outlet of the seawater pump. Connect the outlet of the seawater pump to the seawater in port of the seawater exchanger with a hose. The bottom interface, don't get it wrong. Finally, we connect the top port of the seawater exchanger, the port of seawater outlet, to the port of the generator, seawater in with a hose, and lock it with a pipe buckle. Next, install the water lock and use a black pipe. The factory will configure such pipes to connect the hot air exhaust of the generator and the interface. Below the water lock, this is a combination of exhaust and drainage. Another black pipe is connected to the interface on the water lock, and the other end is placed on the outside of the engine room for exhaust and drainage. The factory is equipped with a plug-in row, which is used for the seawater pump. When the generator is working, there will be electricity, and the seawater pump can run, which can avoid seawater backflow. Now let's connect the generator output AC. Please don't make a mistake with the battery wires, because they look similar. Connect the AC output of the generator to the load of the yacht. The end of the cable is marked. Now, for demonstration, the power of the connected air switch is relatively small. In practical applications, must be bigger power. Next, connect the 12 voltage cable of the battery. This is required for positive and negative poles. Be careful when connecting. Now make the fuel tube, a fuel in and a fuel out. The one with the filter is fuel in. Put this tube into the bottom of the fuel tank. This is the fuel return pipe. Just put it in the upper part of the fuel tank. Last, connect the controller. The factory offers a 5-meter control wire, which is connected to the back of the controller. Until now our components are installed, and the next video is to debug the generator.